Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the In the Ring Show with your host Devious Damien. Now there's a few things I'd like to address. Some are wrestling related, some not. But since some of it's wrestling related, I am just going to lump it all together in this one video. Now with me being a DirecTV customer, I have one thing to say to Viacom. Get your head out of your fucking ass and reach an agreement with DirecTV. Quit being fucking money-hungry, greedy bastards, okay? DirecTV, you get hundreds of millions of dollars from DirecTV. As I'm sure you do Time Warner Cable and Dish Networks. Like, those are the top three major television provider conglomerates that I can think of. And I'm sure there's a few more, maybe a little less major ones out there, that you get money from. Like, some of the smaller cable companies that you may get a little bit less money, that you get less money from, but you still get money nonetheless. And you get billions of dollars every single fucking year from the different cable companies, different television providers, whether it be cable, satellite, whatever. Point is, you get billions of dollars, for your programming packages. And now, that's not good enough for you. You want more money from DirecTV. And basically what you're doing is you're saying you don't care about your viewers, you don't care about your customers, because you're taking away MTV, Nickelodeon, Spike, just to name a few. I'm not going to do an entire rundown of all the channels, but so those are some of the most major ones that you've taken away from your customers. Now, the most relevant one being Spike TV. Because guess what's on Spike TV that I should be watching? Well, okay, I'll still be watching it, but not the way I should be watching it. I should not have to be going to First Row Sports to watch Impact. I shouldn't have to be going to a website to watch Impact Wrestling Viacom. It's not that hard to do, granted, but the point is, I should be able to turn on my TV and watch Impact on my television. I should be able, to watch other programming on my television. Pull your heads out of your fucking ass and reach a deal. Quit being fucking greedy. You're not hurting for money, so don't even try to cry poverty. You're not hurting for fucking money. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. If you receive a few less hundreds of millions of dollars, because DirecTV is only giving you maybe $600-700 million a year? Plus, and that's just DirecTV. Like I said, there's other Dish Networks and Time Warner that you're probably getting a pretty good chunk of cash out of as well. So, you're not hurting for money. You're not about to go bankrupt just because DirecTV does not want to shell out an extra few $100 million more dollars. Go fuck yourself, Viacom. Seriously. Just be happy with what you have. You're not going bankrupt. You're not. So just fucking reach a deal with DirecTV and get it the fuck over with. Fuck you, Viacom. Pieces of shit. Another thing I want to address is recently I made a video about why Damien Sandow sucks. So, I had this retard, Ryan Ukulele, talking about how, when I said that Damien Sandow's gimmick isn't that much different from the Genius. And then he's like, oh, well, don't go on Wikipedia and, flash these names at me, when you didn't even know who they were. Ryan, fuck you, alright? Listen, son, I know more about... Actually, I'm sorry, wait a minute, hold on. Because I'm so pissed off I can't even talk straight. Listen, Ryan, you stupid son of a bitch. Listen to me, son, alright? I've forgotten more about wrestling than you'll ever fucking know. Alright? I don't have to go on Google or Wikipedia or any other search engine or internet database or whatever the fuck you want to call it to know names like The Genius, Barry Horowitz, Dusty Wolf, Repo Man. Just to name a few of some of the characters that didn't quite, come up to par in WWE. But then again, another comment you made that struck me as interesting. Wrestlers that never made it. Okay, so they got to the WWE, but they never made it. How do you figure that one? Okay, here's another thing you don't know, you fucking dumbass. Apparently, you don't know a fucking thing about independent wrestling. Because if you did, you'd know one simple thing. That 1% of independent wrestlers on the indie market all over the world today. Even 1% are lucky to see a day in the WWE. Even a dark match, that 1%'s lucky to get. Let alone being on Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, or anything else. So, to make it to the WWE, even if all you're doing is, losing week after week, that's still a pretty big deal. And, I remember the guys who were the jobbers, Reno Riggins, Barry Horowitz, Dusty Wolf, guys like that. And then other guys, they turn into jobbers like Virgil and, so on and so forth. Hell, another name I can throw out there who was in the WWE who didn't really get over too well, Outback Jack. And I didn't have to go on Wikipedia or Google or nothing to know any of those fucking names. So, Ryan, you're a fucking dumbass, alright? And your other point of how I say wrestlers suck, have you ever noticed that there's only, 3-4 videos of me saying certain wrestlers suck? It's not like I just go along the WWE and say, okay, I'm just going to say every wrestler sucks and here's my reasons why. If I say a wrestler sucks, I have valid reasons for thinking that. I don't just say, oh, well, you know what, yeah, Dolph Ziggler sucks, I can't think of a good reason, but he just sucks. That if I say a wrestler sucks, I have my reasons. You may not agree with those reasons, and that's your opinion. You're entitled to that opinion. But coming on here and insulting me and then saying stupid shit like that, when you admit yourself, you don't even know who some of these guys I'm talking about are. So, and another thing I'm going to address that you said. You talk about me, my subs and my views aren't that high. And you compare me to OTRS and the Trio Woe show. Well, let me ask, I'll bet you dollars to donuts. Why don't you go ask OTRS? Why don't you go ask Trio Woe? Do you really think for 1 second that they got as successful as they did right out of the chute? Do you think like their first few months that they were just blown up and, all over some of the most popular channels on the YWC? No, they didn't start out being the most popular. They had to work their way up. As a matter of fact, if you ask the Schleg Daddy, from the OTRS, he'll even tell you that his channel wasn't really all that popular until he made his 15 Reasons Randy Orton Sucks video. That's when they really hit their stride. So, and that was like, I think he said that was like almost a year into making videos. Now, will I ever achieve their success? Maybe, maybe not. If I don't, hey, whatever. It's cool. I make videos for my subscribers that I think they enjoy seeing. And I do this just for the hell of it. It's not like I make a living off of this shit. I don't make a living on, I don't make money off these YouTube videos. And even if I did, I seriously doubt that I'd make enough to support myself anyway. So either way, this would be more of a hobby than anything. That's just the way it is. But moving on, because I've wasted enough time talking about that piece of shit dumbass. Sean's View Entertainment. You claimed that you went to jail because you posted a video and you monetized it, which means you can make money off of it. Concerning the child's death, you say you went to jail for doing that. Well, I watched that video, and something about your story about going to jail over that doesn't smell right to me. It smells a little fishy. Because usually, unless you're threatening or harassing somebody on YouTube, you don't usually go to jail over a YouTube video. People may not like what you're saying, they may not like the topic of the video, but generally, unless you're threatening or harassing somebody, you don't go to jail over a YouTube video. Especially one that you've taken down, as you admitted you did. So this crap that you went to jail, I find it a little fishy. Especially that you got interrogated and blah 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 blah. Okay, maybe the police interrogated you. Okay, I might be willing to believe that, but I'm not going to believe for 1 second that they threw you in jail over a video that you deleted where you aided and threatened or harassed somebody. Secondly, you're going to tell me that you went to jail with that John Cena shirt and that John Cena hat on, and you just somehow come out perfectly unscathed, not one black eye, your shirt wasn't ripped, nothing. You expect me to buy that? Get the fuck out of my face with that. Okay, once in a while, yes, some people do come out of a jail unscathed, even if it's for one day. But 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of fucking 10, even if you're only in jail for one night, you come out at least somewhat beat up. Your clothes are torn, and so on and so on. Now, I know some of you might be asking me, do I know from experience? No, I don't know from personal experience, but I've seen enough, I know enough people who have been through it, and I've seen them right after coming out of jail, and they either are beaten up, or their clothes are ripped, or, something. They come out looking a little worse for wear. And Sean, you look like you had just gone out into the town and had a few fucking drinks. You look completely normal. You didn't even look like you'd been in jail. So, that's why I find your little story about being in jail a little hard to believe.
Unless the cops thought he had something to do with it. And then that goes to say more about his character.
Okay, but even if the cops didn't like him, making a video about a child's death, that's still not threatening. That's not harassing. They might find it distasteful, but that's not enough to lock somebody up.
That's not what I was saying.
Then what? Okay, what were you saying?
I said unless they thought he had something to do with the kid's death.
Yeah, but that YouTube video, he even said this is what happened, and I don't even think he was near the location that it happened.
I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't see the video, so I don't know.
And there's no way to watch it now because it got taken down. But the point is, Sean, something about you going to jail something about your story about going to jail does not add up. And then you have your supposedly your girlfriend making a video in which she doesn't even speak, and there's just text across the screen. Something that, yet again, doesn't smell right about that. Now, I'm not saying she had to appear on cam, but she could have at least, been outside the police station with her voice saying, "This is what happened, blah 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 blah." But the fact that you couldn't even hear her voice on the video makes it even more fishy.
How do you know it was her?
That's my point. Okay, if my girlfriend was going to make a video about me being in jail, if she was going to stand outside the police station or the jail or whatever the fuck it was I was being held, even if she didn't want to be on camera, if she didn't want her face to be seen, I can damn sure bet you'd at least hear her voice on the fucking thing.
Or maybe a laugh.
Or something, but the point is, you'd at least hear her voice or her laughing, you'd hear something. You wouldn't just see text on a fucking screen. And furthermore, I seriously doubt that if I did go to jail over something stupid, my girlfriend would just be sitting at home dicking around creating a PayPal account, waiting for people to send her money.
That is fucking dorky.
I mean, it's documented, Sean, that your supposed girlfriend was sitting at home waiting for people to send her money via PayPal to bail your ass out. Sean,
go get the money a real legit fucking way.
Somehow I doubt you're even in jail. This is just an opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but just something about this whole story doesn't smell right to me.
Sounds like a solicitor.
You sound like you sound like the biggest begging attention whore I've ever seen in my life. I mean, seriously. I don't even know if you have a girlfriend, and even if you do, even if you actually do, I doubt that was really your girlfriend making that video. I think that was you, and you're just trying to get some sympathy, saying, "Oh, I was in jail." First of all, if you want us to believe you were in jail on that little ride home you were on from jail, then you should have at least shown the police station. Because then I might have believed it then. Because, most police stations at least have holding cells. So that if you had shown that, I might have believed you were in jail. Or at least, in the very least, a holding cell. But you didn't even show that, did you, Sean? No, you didn't. So how am I supposed to believe that you were either in jail or even in a police station holding cell? I don't buy it, and neither should anybody else who watched that stupid video.
I think he just wanted the money.
And I know people who watch this video, and I might get some viewers who like Sean's entertainment say, well, you're just hating and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I'm hating because his story doesn't add up. That makes me a hater. When I look at the story and I'm like, something about this doesn't smell right. Something doesn't seem right about this whole thing. If that makes me a hater, fuck you. Anyway, for this edition of the In the Ring show, this is Devious Damien signing out.